So in hip-hop, two of the most important figures are the MC and the DJ. In the beginning, the DJ was actually star of the show. With two turntables instead of one and a crossfader, they could switch between two records and keep loading in new ones so the music never stopped. And with good timing, the crossfader can move back and forth between the record on the left and the record on the right, blending them in different ways, like I've kind of grown up between songs, between left and right. My mother and her partner Burley in North Carolina during the year, and my dad, brother, and grandparents on vacations. They all live together up in West Virginia. Burley and my mom meet when I'm 4. He's got a master's in African American history and political science. He'd been an activist in the 70s and 80s and a professor at a college in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Grandma and Grandpa call him Barley when I see them. My father chuckles, says, "Your mother sure does love chocolate." My brother flicks a Confederate flag Zippo lighter he got from a friend, and I see the stars and bars light up my neighbor's window in Mom's apartment building back home. Burley's face becomes a silent war as he explains the origin of 13 stars on the flag look a lot like 13 Klansmen doing jumping jacks, white freckles on the cheeks of the devil, and he's grinning. White rebel fleet writes quite legibly, black elegy squeezed from the metal. Don't tell me it's the symbol of our pride in the South. Symbol of our, some people try to say it's a symbol of Southern pride, Kane, but the truth is it was created to promote white supremacy by a government that fought to ensure that black people, the blacks don't know how to talk right, and most of them are flunkies, Kane, who don't care for their kids. They're not fathers, not fathers. The man who was not my father teaching me to play chess. I teach my homeboy Sergio across the street, and my Sega Genesis collects dust while our queens catfight on the stoop. Grandma says Whoopi Goldberg is uglier than sin, mentions her big lips. Grandpa tells war stories, says, well, you know, the blacks were scaredy cats. I argue with him till my tears chin strap. My father scolds them both for being racist, but then asks how Barley's doing. Now, 4th grade is North Carolina history. Tar Heels, tobacco auctions, and the Appalachian Mountains. We learned that slavery was here, but it ended, they tell us. Grandpa says Thomas Jefferson treated his slaves like family. The Cardinal's the state bird, the dogwood, the state tree, and flower. Jim Hunt is governor. We learned that segregation was here, but it ended too. Racism was here, but now black folks can be anything they want. Grandma says they shouldn't be married to white folks, though. I asked Burley and my mom, why aren't you married? They tell me a piece of paper doesn't make their love more real. Burley puts me to bed, rubs my back until I fall asleep. In the summer, my father puts me to bed, rubs my back until I slip into a memory. The first time I hear someone called the N-word is kindergarten. I'm 6. A black neighbor 2 years younger named Isaiah joins us to play when an older white kid named Jonathan calls him the word, his smile opening slow and silent as the flame of a blowtorch in a house of wax. Looking back, I know he was just a parakeet in Jim Crow's living room. I mean, we're all parakeets of one doctrine or another. I was just a songbird caught between anthems, between left and right, or far left and far right. The music in my head getting louder, Burley's voice and my grandparents jumbled like a rookie DJ fumbling with the crossfader. Reagan, Ronald Reagan was a wonderful president. Wonderful Reagan, Ronald was a right-wing demagogue. A fanatic, right-wing fanatic, president, wonderful fanatic, natic. In the morning, good morning, in the morning. In the morning, this is National Public Radio. Morning, welcome to the Rush Limbaugh Show. In the morning, black leaders met today. In the morning, black leaders met. In the morning. Let me put it to you this way. The NFL all too often looks like a game between the Bloods and the Crips without any weapons. There, I said it. In the morning, black leaders. In the morning, a game between Bloods and Crips without any weapons. In the morning, Bloods and Crips without any weapons. The morning, black leaders. Morning, blood without any weapons. Black leaders. Morning, black leaders. Morning, black leaders. Morning, blood without any weapons. Are you confused? I was too.